So, all right. So, really excited to have Barbara on. We've got a fascinating call coming up here, and it'd be interesting because I think this will be like multiple continents involved in this. So it'll be fun. Why my
Let's go.
button keeps disappearing on my little keypad here. So let's do this. Hey, so we've got the fourth call coming in. Hey, JMO, we got Jason Morris joining Barbara here, and Tariq. Yeah, Tariq kind of panned down a little bit on the camera. Thanks for jumping on the call, y'all, towards this. So Jason is the Church Digital is our equipping and mobilization director. I came up with that title. For the life of me, I could not pull it there for a second. I've called you that 1,000 times, but I'm like 30 seconds into the stream out of 12 hours, and already my brain's like, "What's your title again?"
Dude, I don't know
No,
how you're doing this.
man,
It's
it's gonna be
impressive.
it's gonna be fun. Well, I mean, it's 9:30, so I've only been doing it in an hour. It'll be impressive when it's like hour 11 tonight, and I'm leaning hard on some other people. But yeah, really quick fire interviews. Alice in the Palace. JMO, I want you to well, let me set up JMO, and then I'll have JMO introduce Tariq. Jason is our equipping and mobilization director. I call Jason the smartest man in digital church space. Dude is thinking years ahead. I'm thinking years ahead of everybody else. He's thinking decades ahead. He says stuff, and to be honest, like, I feel stupid when I'm around him. We joke about this all the time. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he'll like treat me like an elementary kid, like dumb it down for me, and it's like, Jason, that's freaking genius, because he's ahead of everybody else. But he's been doing an equipping digital missionary cohort, equipping some missionaries and training some missionaries in Southeast Asia and in the Middle East. And so Tariq's one of these missionaries. Jason, why don't you introduce Tariq here a little bit?
Yeah, it's just been a real honor to be leading this cohort, which hopefully I won't be leading on my own as much anymore because we have such high quality people that are a part of it. It makes me feel bad that I'm just kind of hogging it. And one of those people is a guy right here with us, Tariq from Pakistan. It's been amazing to see how, even in the cohort, 2-3 weeks, the adjustments that he has made and the ways in which he is sharing the gospel with literally nothing but an old cell phone. So a lot of times we think digital ministry requires a whole bunch of tech, a lot of gear, you gotta get lighting, you gotta get sound, and all the things. Well, Tariq is over here doing it with an old cell phone, and he's having an impact, him and his wife. And I just think it's a really great story. And it's been really fun to watch, even over the past 2 or 3 weeks, the things that we've been sharing together. He's put into practice, and some of it's working. Not all of it works, but some of it works. And so I'm really grateful that I get to be a part of his story. And Tariq, why don't you tell those who are joining us, a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your ministry, and how you're using digital to enhance it.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very encouraged listening the interviews, and it's really awesome idea. And I believe that it will be remain there forever, and people can listen that and watch that again and again, and can get that blessing. So in 2012, God called me to start a school. I did that, and then 4 years before, I had a calling that God is calling me for the church planting. So I started that, and 2 years before, I was just trying to make my things in such a way that I can use the technology, maybe the YouTube channel or the TikTok channel, and WhatsApp groups to communicate with the different peoples. They are far from me. So I was just trying to avoid the traveling all the time, and I was just planning to do that. And now in this year, when I was there on the Lausanne conference on online, So I just saw this title over there, the Church.digital. So this attract me, and I want to see, okay, what they are doing. And then I see that I met with Jeff online, and we just talked, and it was encouraging that whatever uh, we are trying to do, it's like the same way or the better version what the people are trying to do, and giving access to the people to be get trained, equipped digitally. And so in that way I came into this interaction, and I'm using my TikTok account mainly for to share the Bible verses. So what I do, I just pick a Bible verse on a particular situation. So I just do it normally in Urdu. So people just feel that, okay, this is what they want to listen. And then I put the solution through the Bible verse, and then I say, okay, look, this is the situation, but Bible verse say this about that, and this is how we should do, and that's how God want us. So in that way, I interact them with the daily challenges that we have in the life, and I point them out towards the Bible. And encouraging thing for me is this, that not only my far friends can reconnecting with me through the TikTok, but also many my Muslim colleagues that are there at my workplace or in my surrounding. They, with all those who have my in my contact list, automatically links went to them, and they can see that. So I am very encouraged that now people are reconnecting with me, and they want to watch that. And I was just observing previous days that almost 50-60% of the viewers are those who are coming again and again to my links. So it's not like that they are just coming once and then just going away. So they are coming, so that means they are engaging with the content, and they want that. And beside this, I'm also encouraged that some of my colleagues, they are Muslim, but they were said, "Oh, Tariq, we love to hear your TikTok, and uh, the way you were sharing the Bible verse, it's inspired us. We are listening it. It's lovely." So in that way, they were sharing that they are watching it. And I was sharing last week with the Jason in the cohort as well, that one of my colleague, she just said me that, "Sir, I have some questions about Bible. Can I ask you sometime?" So I feel in this way that the not only digitally they are listening, they are observing, or they are coming again and again, but they are having that confidence that, okay, yes, they can come to me and they can talk with me. So I believe that soon there will be some digital community that, and we can make that every week on a online basis or on a regular basis, that we can interact and we can share the word of God. And the one very good impact of this cohort is this, that last week we were just talking about that how we can make this content evergreen, or how we can make it in such a way that people can listen and they can get inspired. So from that day to onward, when I was just keep on thinking on it, so I just pick an idea that in these days I will just take one Bible verse related to Christmas, and today I just up my first video on that. So in that first time, I just invited people. Okay, if you would like to learn more about Christmas, if you'd like to learn about the love of God, you can contact me, and we are there to help you out. So I believe in that way, many people who are watching those, they will get confidence, or they will feel that space that they can contact me, and we can inspire those lives then through the word of God.
Jason, this is
Yeah,
so cool, man. This
Isn't it?
is incredible. Man, Jason, talk to us a little bit about Tariq. By the way, thank you. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Tariq, thank you for sharing this. Like, this is incredible. I remember the first conversation I had with you, and on Google. You were walking around, you had like no internet. It was really broken. I think we were just talking on audio on the internet, but here in the location that you are using TikTok the way that you are, engaging and creating that connection level, being a missionary in that space, building relationships with the desire to create that community, to build it at a deeper level, like that's a beautiful thing. Jason, can you maybe, JMO, share a little bit about EDM and like the process of how
Oh yeah.
we want to create Tariq and a lot more. We want to see multiply the Tariqs that are out there.
Absolutely. Part of what we do here at the Church.digital, since we are a mission sending agency, is to give missionaries, people who feel called by God to a particular platform and a particular people, the tools digitally and the ideas digitally that can help propel them to get the gospel out as quickly as possible. Often I think about if Jesus were alive today, would he be on TikTok? My gut tells me probably. He would use everything at his disposal that he would have at hand to share the gospel, whether that is a boat, a road to Emmaus, a piece of bread. He used everything that was around him. And what I love about being able to take a cohort of people over a journey of about 13 weeks is to open their eyes to see the tools that are all around them for the gospel, and to leverage the things that they probably already know, that they're probably already using for the gospel effort. And what I love particularly about Tariq's story is that, and he didn't mention this, but I've been watching him and giving him some tips and stuff like that, but he does Urdu and English. Urdu, he has more followers on, which makes nothing but sense. And in my opinion, I understand the English, I don't understand the Urdu, but I think it is not by accident that he is gaining momentum around the community that is already around him, and particularly because of the language, reaching into places where your average Muslim probably wouldn't want to, for fear of retribution, explore matters of faith in Christianity that they could do much easier through TikTok. And I don't think any of this is by accident. God is using lots of different tools that he has placed at our disposal, and lots of different people and lots of different places to get the job done. And also, I think it's interesting too that he's reconnecting with other friends that aren't in Pakistan either. And so I hear in the way that he's explained his ministry, so many of the things that we describe in our EDM equipping digital missionaries cohort, like you start with content and then go to community and then go to equipping and mobilization. You can hear that in his story. You can also hear in his story ways in which when we use digital tools, especially in persecuted areas, it lowers the risk of not only the person who is exploring faith, but it lowers the risk of the missionary too. And I can tell you from past experience how that can go sideways really quickly. And I so appreciate what Tariq and his wife, Ifat, are doing. I think it's just been a real joy to take this journey with him. It's 13 weeks. It's free. We, try to help people gain all the different facets so that we're all speaking the same language. It's actually what a lot of people don't realize about EDM. It's in preparation for the mobilization phase, where Tariq is already ahead of the game. He's already being mobilized, already starting, and that is actually perfect, because we would much rather be coaching people that are already in motion, already doing things. It's so much easier. When we get to the mobilization phase, my hope is we can get other folks like Tariq. That's why we're doing it right now for the Middle East and Southeast Asia. this cohort is with those people. My hope is that this can be something that is ongoing. People who understand each other from that same cultural context, that are able to encourage one another to love and good deeds digitally, and have an outpost in that particular area of the world, knowing that there are particular security concerns and platform optimizations that we here in the United States, we're not really thinking about. Like Tariq, his latency is really bad. His phone isn't that great because that's all he's got, but he's getting the job done. That's what I love about it.
So good. Yeah. So, I mean, Tariq, I think I've joked with Tariq on this. I barely know how to spell Urdu. Like, Urdu, I'm assuming. But that is the limitation of my understanding of the culture surrounding Urdu. And so, man, listen, and Jason, like, we're two white men bald with goatees. The idea of trying to do something at a global level is crazy, unless we empower people within that culture. And so helping guys like Tariq, equipping, training, mobilizing, connecting people like Tariq to reach the people in his context or her context or their context, whether physical or digital, like that's the play here. A small reproducible model that can reach people in Urdu, that can reach Hindi, that can reach whatever the different global cultures are. What Trizzle's doing, if you're watching earlier in Czech, was what Simon's doing in Germany, what Yatope is going to be doing in sub-Saharan South Africa. All of these are different. And so we've got just an incredible opportunity to scale this at a global level, to empower people to use these digital tools to get the gospel global. Well, let me do this. We're wrapping up on time, but let me ask a couple questions. Tariq, let me ask you these, and we'll get JMO's stance too. But let me ask you these two up front here. Can missions be digital? Tell me your opinion, Tariq.
Surely these can be, because I experienced it, and like while sitting here in Pakistan, I can contact with Urdu speaking people, those who are there in USA, in South Africa, in UAE, in other countries, and they are watching. And when I scroll it down, but the types of viewers, so people around the world, they are watching, and I cannot go to them directly. So I'm sharing the word of God from here, and that word of God is touching their lives and giving them blessing. So it's quite clear to say yes for this, that yes, it would be possible.
Awesome. One more question. We're asking all the guests these two, Tariq. Can the church exist digitally?
Yes, I believe that as nowadays every community is there online as well. So I believe that wherever the group of people are there and they are ready to gather there and they are ready to listen the word of God and do prayers and do worship, the church is there then.
Beautiful.
So why not then digitally it would be.
Love that. Jason, do you have can the church can missions be digital? Jason, JMO, what's your take?
No, it already is. Tariq is a perfect example of that. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's already happening. I think just have eyes to see it. That's all.
Beautiful. You about made me jump out of my chair with that one, but thanks for that. I appreciate that. Number two, can the church exist digitally?
I'm reminded of what Jesus said to the woman at the well. The day is coming when we're not going to say, oh, we worship here, we worship there, on this mountain or on that mountain. The day is coming when people will worship in spirit and in truth. And I believe that Jesus is building his church in the way that he wants to do it, and he wants to do it in spirit and in truth, not by location. And so he is already doing it digitally. I think we need to join him as he is building his church and stop questioning God and what he can or cannot do.
I love that. Y'all, this has been so good. I appreciate the time for this. Tariq, it's great to hang out with you. Again, Jason, JMO, Barbara, we've got 3 continents here on this call right now, and excited to see how the Church Digital footprint is moving forward. By the way, we're at just short of $5,000. I'm checking my thermometer here. $49.50 right now towards the $20,000 goal. The thermometer is not updating, I think, and so if that's the worst thing that happens today, we're okay in the grand scheme of things. But we're at 4,500. I'll pull the thermometer off here in a 4,900. We'll pull the thermometer off in a little bit. But ladies, gentlemen, Barbara, JMO, Tariq, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for the time, and looking forward to hearing more great things for what's happening in the Middle East and the Sub-Saharan South Africa region. So cool. Thanks, everybody. See you later.